So what's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to JA News. On today's show, it looks like one of New Balance's most popular styles gets an interesting update, and I'm not really sure if I love or hate these. Plus, one of Nike's most popular and visible collaborators, their latest sneakers get a release date, but I feel like they may actually just want to call it quits on these joints altogether. And Adidas and YEEZY. So in last week's conference call to investors, Adidas' new CEO revealed that they're getting closer and closer on making a decision on what to do with the remaining YEEZY inventory. So we're going to discuss what those few options actually are and why I feel like they actually reveal Adidas' true plan. All right, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Pictured here, you have the latest version of the popular New Balance Refined Future or Protection Pack, which features the distressed looking upper. So pictured here, you have it on the 1906R, but this look actually debuted with the New Balance 2002R. It quickly became popular. You saw New Balance drop a bunch of different colorways of the Refined Future 2002R before bringing this style over to the 1906R. So pictured here, replacing the suede panels, you now have leather paneling. And I gotta say that I'm not really sure how I feel about these joints just yet, but as of now, all we know is that this pair pictured right here is a sample, but this could be a look at to what New Balance has in store for its Refined Future Protection Pack look. So you have it on the 1906R. I'm curious to see what other colorways, they may have in store, and to see if they try this look with new materials on the 2002R, which kind of became a signature for that Refined Future Protection Pack look. And after being teased last month, it looks like the raffle for the ALD New Balance 550 went live this morning. So ALD and New Balance have been pumping out a lot of collabs this year, a lot of hits so far, like the 860 V2, the 1906R. These two new colorways of the 550 have been outfitted with hairy suede overlays and canvas underlays, while co-branding arrives at the tongue, heel, and sock liner. So both of these joints retail at $130. You have a tan or brown option. I gotta say that I'm not a huge fan of the 550, but if you guys are interested in copping these, the raffle is currently live until tomorrow, May the 10th at 11:59 p.m. So in yesterday's video, we talked about some new reveals from some of Nike's biggest collaborators, like the Travis Scott new Mac Attack, as well as the new upcoming J Balvin Jordan Retro 3s. But we can't forget about one of Nike's biggest brand ambassadors, Wheelchair Jimmy, AKA Drizzy Drake. It looks like the upcoming Nike Air Hot Steppers have a new colorway, and they're coming very soon, May 19th to be specific. So the Air Hot Steppers are dropping with this new snakeskin colorway, and I'm not really sure who is actually asking for these joints, because if you visit the Nocta website, pretty much any sneaker that they've ever dropped is just sitting easily available to purchase. So the demand isn't there. And once the internet actually saw these, the first impressions were absolutely crazy. Here, taking a look at the comment section from Nice Kicks, this comment pretty much just sums up Drake's entire career with Nike thus far. So my man commented that this pair looks like it was designed by AI. So this is wild, man. And with this release coming up, this is just another flop, and these joints are just disgusting, to say the least. I mean, the silhouette isn't already flattering, and with this snakeskin colorway, like, who gave the green light on these joints right here? So in my opinion, I feel like, this leads to a bigger discussion that I think Nike and Drake should maybe just call it quits, or possibly restructure his contract. Maybe they can find some way to make a deal where he's not allowed to put out any type of apparel or sneakers, and maybe he's just signed to an exclusive deal where he just becomes like a new Nike mascot, and he's contractually obligated to, diss other sneaker brands like Adidas at least once a year on his records. All right, and lastly, Adidas YEEZY. So after wrapping up yesterday's episode of JA News, we had some interesting developments take place on Twitter. So popular account SoulLinks, they posted an image of the 350 V1 Pirate Black, which started a whole bunch of rumors once again, leading people to believe that maybe we're back. But apparently, it looks like somebody may have accessed some type of back-end calendar for Adidas, which apparently had a release date scheduled for these Pirate Blacks. But I believe that that release schedule may be old and out of date. And I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves until we actually get an official announcement from Adidas. Now, in last Friday's conference call with investors, Adidas' new appointed CEO, Bjorn Gulden, he stated that we should be able to start to sell off the YEEZY products in one way, shape, or form soon. He said there are 3 scenarios being discussed and the company is close to a decision point. So let's go ahead and discuss what those 3 options actually are. All right, so you got option number 1 for Adidas, which even after they cut ties with Ye back in October, continue to fulfill factory orders and continue to still produce YEEZY. So option number 1 would be for them to then take all of the pairs that they've newly manufactured and then spend more additional funds to have them shipped somewhere to be destroyed, I guess like burned, and then have all of the pairs destroyed. Then can you imagine what the sneaker community would think of Adidas, which their reputation is already scarred? Could you imagine if they then destroyed all of the pairs that millions of people are waiting to get their hands on? It wouldn't be a good look. And then on the other side of things, you got people that feel like instead of destroying or burning the shoes, they should like donate them to a third world country or donate these sneakers to the homeless people, which then leads into option number 2. By donating these pairs, you already know that these wouldn't end up on the feet of the people that need them. You know that if they donated all of these pairs that are highly in demand, Adidas would then see all of these shoes being sold on the secondary market, eBay, StockX, GOAT, double, triple the retail that Adidas spent millions of dollars to produce, and they're not even able to sell these joints at retail. I feel like option number 2 doesn't make any sense either, which leads into the third and probably most likely option for Adidas to just simply sell these pairs as normal, which is probably the best option that makes the most sense. It would make sneakerheads happy. It would make shareholders happy. So just for example, Adidas e-commerce sales were down 23% last quarter. But if you don't count YEEZY's prior e-commerce sales were actually up 12%. But if Adidas does decide to sell off the remaining YEEZY inventory to consumers, that means they will be back in business with Ye, thus facing backlash from the mainstream media as well as the ADL. Now, it is also important to note that back in November, Adidas did make a 7-figure donation to the ADL, but it seems like that's not enough. If you kind of compare this to the whole Kyrie Irving situation, it looks like money was not enough. And an apology tour is definitely probably a necessity that they will be requiring as well. So we'll kind of have to see how things go between Adidas and YEEZY. It looks like one of the only options is for them to sell off the remaining YEEZY inventory. And it seems as though they know this, but they're just kind of waiting on the right time. Maybe, hopefully things can cool over, or maybe Ye can go on some type of an apology tour. I mean, I'm not the guy that has the answers right here, but if I was the Adidas CEO, I would definitely go ahead and just sell off the remaining YEEZY inventory, make sneakerheads happy, and then try to donate a portion, to charity or something like that. So let me know, what would you guys do if you were in his position? What would you do with the inventory, and how would you guys try to smooth things over and make your job the best as possible? So we're gonna wrap things up here. Salute to everybody for tuning in. This is another episode of JA News. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys smash the like button. Salute. Stay safe, stay blessed. And I'm out, y'all. Love.